All right, y'all, this weekend is Mother's Day, and I'm on a mission to buy flowers for some significant mothers in my life, so come along with me. When I tell you that I underestimated walking into such an abundance of flowers and balloons, I should have known. But I was so distracted. They were all so beautiful and prices were everywhere. I didn't even know where to start. But I knew I was on a budget. So it was either one big bouquet that I could separate into a few, or it was going to have to be several small bouquets, which is actually what I ended up going with because I liked the thought of each bouquet having its own distinct set of flowers for each mother, which worked out in the long run because I was able to get more flowers than if I would have bought just one big bouquet. So the first woman we're paying tribute to is my grandmother. I lost her when I was 17 years old, and when I tell you everything I do is to make that woman proud, because she was the only one who really had that major influence over me as a child to be somebody when I got older. After being married twice, she raised 7 children all by herself, and if there was ever a mother that I would want to be at least half of, it would be this woman. She loved her plants and her gardens and her flowers, so I made it a goal of mine to always come and visit her and give her flowers when they're in bloom. But it doesn't end with her. This specific area is rooted with bloodline. The second woman we're paying tribute to is the woman who took me in when CPS took me from my parents. She was my aunt. She nurtured me for a whole year in a way that I had never experienced as a younger child. And when I couldn't decide what bouquet to give her, I heard sunflowers. Although home with her was temporary during the custody battle, she provided me love and a big old yard to play in. She was funny, and she loved her glass of wine at dinner. She matched my clothes and let me pretend ice skate in the living room. And then we would always watch the Waltons together during dinner time. And if you were to meet her grown children now, you would understand how great of a mother she was. Both of them. Buried right next to my grandmother is the son that she lost way too soon. He passed 16 years before I was born, so I never got a chance to meet him. I always want to leave him flowers, but every time I pull out his flower vase, it's just filled with mud, and I don't have the appropriate tools to clean it out, so I just tell him I love him and keep it moving. These 2 women were what made the holidays come together. From Thanksgiving to Christmas to Easter. Once they were gone, they were never celebrated the same. But that doesn't mean that I can't bring the holidays to them. We're forecasted rain in the next few days, but I didn't want to take any chances of the flowers dying, even though I know they eventually will. Ironically enough, my dad's mother is buried on the same lot. I had completely forgot that she didn't have a vase in her tombstone, so thank goodness I had bought 2 plastic ones, and I was only going to bring one, but thankfully I brought both of them. After all the years of picnicking on this lot, I never knew that my other grandmother was sitting just across the way. I only recall maybe a couple of brief memories with my dad's mom because she passed away whenever I was about 3. I know she was tough, and she didn't tolerate bullshit. And if you was to have met my dad and his other siblings, you would understand where they get it from. So today I want to honor my grandmother for giving me the strength and the courage that ran through the bloodline from my dad. If all I can do is just break the generational curses for the Walsh bloodline, I'll sleep peacefully. I already know I'm jacking her flowers up, and I really hope that she forgives me. I also forgot that the vase has holes on the bottom of it, so once I put the flowers in there and tried to water it, it was completely pointless because it just started running everywhere. But can we just take a moment and observe that rose for a second? Because even if all of the other flowers were breaking, that rose was enough to make the whole bouquet. Something about the pink and the burnt orange and the green, just gorgeous. And since I don't really know what she liked, I hope she enjoyed these. And completely off topic, but I think everybody saw the hole in the ground but the cameraman. Poor thing was so locked in, she didn't even see where she was going. I know that had to hurt. Before we leave the cemetery, can we just take a moment to soak in how gosh darn beautiful this place is? A couple years ago, we had a family tree that shaded this area, but now it's all sunshine. And I don't know whose wind chime that is, but I've always felt like my grandmother sings through them, because the wind chime that we used to have on the family tree was how she used to always respond to me when I would talk to her. The next woman we're honoring today is the mother of a man who changed my life forever. Unfortunately, we were never introduced, so I have yet to meet her. To my knowledge, she is still living, so I'm hoping that she finds these here. Because although we're honoring mothers who are no longer with us, there are also mothers mourning for not having their children with them. This Mother's Day, she's not just missing one son, she's missing two. And although I never got a chance to meet her, she deserves to know that she is appreciated and seen and cared for and loved. Because if all a mother can do is give life to their children, mothers are never supposed to see their children go before them. Because as the quote says, the universe is just filled with a bunch of mothers and their babies. I loved your son then, I love your son now, and he taught me so much about myself. And the version of her son that I met lets me know that she did her best. I'm grateful to be able to have a spot that I can come to and connect, to talk, to cry. This Mother's Day, may your boys wrap their heavenly warmth around you and your spirit, to comfort you and bring you peace. A grieving mom should never be forgotten. It took me entirely way too long to come to this gravesite, or else I would have brought flowers last year. Grieving is to accept, but to accept is to know that our babies never really leave us. So may this big, beautiful bouquet of pink, purple, and blue flowers bring a smile to your face, and a hug to the memories of what being a mother is all about. So to all the women who may or may not be a mother, but you've changed a child's life, happy Mother's Day to you.